Adam's Film Reviews. The Fanatic 2019.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Dunbar. Is Hunter Dunbar here tonight?
That's enough.
I need to get an autograph. Don't let him do this to me. I'm a fan. I'm a #1 fan. Is it difficult to find famous people's houses?
I use my Star Map app. You have to be careful. I don't want you to be accused of stalking.
Hey, you can't just come to my private residence looking for me. Listen, pal, I don't know how you found me, but I don't ever want to see you in this neighborhood again.
The Fanatic is one of those films I've heard a lot about, but couldn't quite get my head around exactly what it was until I saw it for myself. An unbelievable flop at the box office, The Fanatic managed to average a whopping $60 per cinema it was shown in, before hitting video on demand and DVD sales. And it's easy to see why. Written and directed by Limp Bizkit frontman Fred Durst, and boy does he do his best to remind you of this, The Fanatic introduces us to Moose, a middle-aged autistic street performer in Hollywood played by John Travolta. Yes, the John Travolta. A lover of Hollywood and of cinema in general, Moose spends his hard-earned cash buying movie memorabilia and hunting for autographs from his Hollywood heroes. Oh, and as we see later, also by decorating his flat like a serial killer, complete with dolls, stuffed animals and more. One particular Hollywood star takes Moose's interest, Hunter Dunbar, a B-movie horror star played by Devon Sawa, who also happened to play the unhinged stalker Stan in the Eminem song of the same name. Fun fact. When Hunter is due to do autograph signings at Moose's favourite comic store, Moose couldn't be more excited, but his excitement's dampened when Hunter leaves early and, to Moose's horror, is even rude to his fans. When Moose complains to his paparazzi friend Leah, played by Anna Golger, she turns him on to an app that advertises the addresses of celebrities. Using the app, Moose excitedly visits Hunter's home, and that's where the fun begins. Aware that Moose has been hanging around the front gate, Hunter confronts Moose and tells him where to go, but Moose keeps on coming back again and again. Each visit, he crosses the line further and further, eventually breaking into the home and even assaulting Hunter's maid, leaving her to die on the lawn. Yeah, that probably does sound like a spoiler, but bloody hell, this film isn't worth worrying about. Throughout the whole film, it feels like we should feel sorry for Moose. He's clearly out of his depth and is trying his best, but he fails at every hurdle. But the further he goes crossing the line, the weirder he gets with Hunter, the more your sympathy falls to the admittedly dickish Hunter Dunbar. All he's trying to do is live a life without being harassed and to keep his home and son safe from potentially dangerous people. The final nail in the coffin is when Moose assaults Hunter in his home, tying him to a bed and play-acting scenes from horror movies, while Hunter pulls every trick from his book to try and free himself and save his family. Ultimately, the movie ends with some disturbingly graphic violence that's not fun or earned, it's just horrible and uncomfortable. By the end, I didn't feel sorry for Moose. I didn't even feel sorry for Hunter, despite him doing nothing wrong. I just wanted to have a shower and never think of it again. I don't know what this film was trying to say. Was it exposing the danger of fanatic fans? Was it showing the divide between rich and poor in LA? Or was it just faintly offensive, horrific tale that just meant John Travolta could leave the house? For God's sake, only watch The Fanatic if you want to try and work out what on earth people were thinking when they created this film. I wish it was bad enough to say it would be fun to watch with friends, but as it goes, it's a little bit dull, and not a little bit depressing. Blech.